its last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow. Thank you, Madeline. Please be seated. Madeline represents just some of the talent we have here at Diman, and I want to point out to you that she is only a grade 10 student here at Diman Regional, so we will get to enjoy that voice and Madeline for the next 2 years. At this time, I'd like to call to the podium to give today's invocation the Reverend Jay Mello, who is a member of our Diman School Committee. Father Mello.
What a true blessing this day is. It is a blessing that we have finally come to the day to begin a project that is years in the making. It is a blessing to have so many dedicated and hard-working individuals who continue the mission of Diman Regional, a vocational school that was the vision of Father John Diman, who was inspired by God to provide vocational technical education to the young men and women of the greater Fall River area. And today we remain blessed that his vision and the work of Diman Regional has not only continued, but has only gotten stronger. Today we gather to ask the Lord to bless not only the building of a new school, but to continue to bless Father Diman's vision and the mission of this school, to provide world-class technical education. And so we ask the Lord to bless each and every student who will be trained here. We ask the Lord to bless every faculty and staff member who teach here. We ask the Lord to bless those who have made this project possible. We ask the Lord to bless those who will construct this new building. We ask the Lord to remind each of us of where we have come from, of those who have gone before us, of those who have made this school great. We ask the Lord to bless our future, to hold us to high standards, to never settle for mediocrity, and to always strive for excellence. And finally, we ask the Lord to abundantly bless everyone here, to fill our hearts with great joy as we break ground on the new Diman. May Almighty God bless each of you. Amen.
Thank you, Father Mello. Treasurer Goldberg, Senator Rodrigues, MSBA CEO McDonald, members of the legislative delegation, elected officials from our sending communities, members of the Diman School Committee, the Diman School Building Committee, the Outreach Committee, Diman Alumni, Diman Begel Educational Foundation, members of the construction teams, former administrators, faculty, staff, students, and friends of Diman. My name is Brian Bentley. I am the Superintendent Director of Diman Regional, and on behalf of the Regional School Committee, to all of you, I say welcome. Today we stand at the threshold of a new and promising chapter in our community's educational journey. It is an honor and a privilege to welcome you all to this groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of our new school. As we gather here, we are not merely breaking ground, we are breaking barriers. we are breaking through limitations, and most importantly, we are breaking new ground in the pursuit of knowledge and excellence. This new school represents a powerful commitment to the future of our children, our community, and the value we place on education. It is a symbol of our unwavering dedication to providing the best possible learning environment for the young minds who will shape tomorrow. Our students are at the heart and soul of this endeavor. They are the reason we are here today. This school, with its state-of-the-art facilities, dedicated educators, and nurturing atmosphere, will be a place where their dreams and aspirations take root and flourish. To the educators who will soon call this school a home, you are the architects of our future. Your dedication and passion will mold young minds and inspire the leaders, thinkers, and innovators of tomorrow. I want to express our deep gratitude to all those who have worked tirelessly to make this project possible. The architects, builders, and all the individuals who have poured their energy into planning and designing this institution. Thank you for your commitment to excellence. In the coming months, we will witness this construction site transform into a place of learning, discovery, and inspiration. It will be a place where dreams take flight, where knowledge is shared, and where the future is built. As we symbolically break this ground, let it craft the foundation of our shared commitment to education and to the limitless potential of our children. This school will stand as a testament to our collective belief in the power of education to transform lives. Today marks a new dawn in the history of Diman, and we have that history present with us today. I point out the shovel and the picture to my right. This is a picture of John Harrington, Diman's first superintendent of this regional school, using that shovel to break ground in 1963 on this site. And with us today, seated among the Suffolk construction team, is the construction superintendent, Jerry Murphy, who oversaw this building being erected. Mr. Murphy. Mr. Murphy flew in with his family from Florida, where it's just slightly warmer than it is here today. But how magnificent is it that we can join the past, the present, while imagining the future of Diman? In conclusion, I thank you all for joining us on this momentous occasion, and now, together, let's embark on a journey towards a brighter and a more educated future. Thank you very much. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to call to the podium our State Treasurer of Massachusetts, Deborah Goldberg.
Well, do Diamond Bengals know how to do it up? Yes! Woo! And I do want to give a shout out to our disc jockey and his playlist. You're my kind of guy, and for anyone who doesn't believe it, if you were near me at all, I was dancing with you. And there are a few people I see sitting out there who can testify to that. I can't even tell you how excited I am to be here today. I first came to Diman before I was even elected as your state treasurer in 2014. And I got to see firsthand and made a commitment then to be an advocate for this school. For those who don't know me, vocational and technical training has been one of my core beliefs for my entire life. In fact, when we created our baby step savings plan, and if anybody out there has a baby due, please look into it, because I seed a savings account for you. I ensured that unlike other kind of savings accounts, this included vocational and technical training. And because I know that the kids who go here come out of here prepared for life. And more so than so many others, that the kind of education that goes on inside these walls are to be valued so far beyond so many things that we see. And I am thrilled because I also recognize just how challenging it is to get these kind of projects done, to get all the communities on board, to have everyone excited and supportive. Your incredible superintendent, your legislators, my dear, dear friend, Chairman Rodrigues, who I can dance with often, and we get lots of great things done, don't we, Mr. Chairman? And so with this effort, we were able in the fiscal year 24 state budget to include language that gave Mass School Building Authority and my fabulous team, who loves working with all of you, additional resources and flexibility to assist with so many of the unforeseen construction costs that we've all experienced. Because why? It's not just about the bricks and mortar. And to tell you the truth, I love looking at these big digger machines. My son, when he was a kid, had like 20 of them all over the kitchen floor. Little ones, not that size. But candidly, the fact that MSBA has been able to provide, and let me tell you, I call him Mike. I'm going to be honest, I call Mr. Chairman Mike, but he calls me Deb, so it's only fair. This was literally came about from conversations between the two of us. That $22 million are being added to this project to make sure that it gets done and we get those kids back into this brand new building. Now, one of the things I want to share with all of you, we love the buildings, and Suffolk Construction, we love the buildings. We like the brick, we like the mortar, but more importantly, we love what goes on inside. And this is about the kids. This is about their future. This is why I do what I do, because I care so passionately that we create opportunity. And what will go on inside this new building is the creation of opportunity that will allow these kids and their families to ensure that they have economic stability and economic security and are getting trained for the jobs that we know are here in Massachusetts and will provide the kind of future for them that we do all this work to make sure it happens. So couldn't have missed today. And there are a lot of people who know that I have quite a lot of road trips just today, but I had to be here. And so, congratulations, Bengals. I can't wait to come back for the ribbon cutting. Maybe we could get the wind to be a little bit less. But you know what, I'll be here even if it's pouring rain, and celebrate with everyone about the future that we will be providing for the wonderful students that are going to attend here for a very long time. So if you'll excuse me, after I get to have my shovel, and we did practice a little, I'm gonna have to duck out. So if Chairman Rodrigues says anything bad about me, can someone call me and let me know? Oh, Joni Menard's gonna do it. And she has my cell phone, so be on guard. Thank you so much, everyone, and congratulations again. Oh, I'm gonna do a ceremonial.
So Treasurer Goldberg is like in baseball, how they throw out the first pitch. She's giving the official first shovel pull. $22 million, you can have whatever color you want.
This will be up in the State House. Thank you.
Definitely a breath of fresh air. This time I'd like to call to the podium the CEO of the Massachusetts School Building Authority, James McDonald. Mr. McDonald.
So I'm going to make sure the treasurer can still hear me as she's walking away, because she's going to say, "What did you say about me?" So on behalf of the Mass School Building Authority Board of Directors, our chair, Treasurer Goldberg, Mary McKetty, the new executive director of MSBA is here today, as well as Maria Popolo. What an amazing, beautiful day to be down here in Fall River, to join with you as this great milestone happens of the groundbreaking of this amazing new school. And you know, a lot of hard work went into getting to this point, but none more than Don DeBazio and his team that has selected really an amazing group of qualified vendors, construction, Colliers, KBA, and Suffolk, who have built schools throughout the Commonwealth. And we know that when this one is done, you will be more than happy. But you know, this new school is not just about a building. It's about the students. It's about the teachers. It's about the support staff that will occupy the building and work for generations to come to educate the children of the district that have chosen vocational education. And you know, we travel throughout the state and visit a lot of voc schools, and I'll tell you that what I am always impressed with is the amazing attitude of these students, what they choose to do, and the teachers and the educators that really day in and day out make sure that they have the skills that they will need for the future. Because the future is what we see here today in the students of Diman. And you know, I also wanted just to acknowledge the legislative delegation. Rep. Sylvia's here, Fiola. And I also just want to really talk about Chairman Rodrigues for a moment. I've been to other groundbreakings with the chairman, and we've worked on other school projects. But I will tell you that the work that the chairman did this past legislative session to help the treasurer and MSBA get some real needed legislative changes that will allow us not only to benefit Diman in what we have here today, but also statewide. Because the chairman's vision is not only his district, but what is going on throughout the Commonwealth. Because that's the responsibility that he has as chair of Ways and Means, working with the House chair of Ways and Means, to make sure that we at MSBA have the resources for you, your community. So I just want to take a point of, once again, thanking the chairman for his continuous support and work on behalf of us, and I think the chairman deserves a round of applause. You know, I look forward to hearing the rest of the speakers, but what I also look forward to is afterwards is to talking to some of the students and see what they think, what they want out of this new building, because it is really for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McDonald. And now, he's been given so many accolades, I'm just going to bring him forward because he obviously is a focal point, but he's also a very good friend of not only education, but also of Diman Regional, and a good personal friend as well. it gives me great pleasure to bring to the podium Senator Michael Rodrigues.
Thank you, Superintendent. Good afternoon, everyone. This has been a long time coming to this one. I see head shaking. It's been probably 15 years we've been talking about and meeting on and trying to coalesce around the best plan to bring Diman into the 21st century. We talked about towers, remember, education towers. We talked about so many different ideas, and the result of all those conversations and communications is a plan that's second to none. Diman will absolutely be the best vocational technical high school in all of Massachusetts. And I thank so many people for working so long and so hard on this plan. And the treasurer mentioned, she and I had some interesting conversations about a year ago as a result of conversations I've had with members of the Diman community, be they the superintendent, be they members of the school committee, be they the select board members and the mayors and city councilors, on the fact that, this phenomenon of post-COVID pandemic supply side inflation, it put major dents in Diman's school construction budget. Over $20 million bite out of the budget. And then as I looked deeper into it, it wasn't just Diman. As Jim said, it was education construction projects throughout the Commonwealth, over $300 million of unforeseen inflation costs that crept in after these school districts had signed their contracts with the MSBA, and the law said once you sign the contract, that's it. So working with Treasurer Goldberg, literally in my conference room at the State House, we came up with a plan that provides $200 million of direct relief to all the school building projects throughout the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, including over $20 million for the Diman project. And that's what happens when you have a partner like Treasurer Goldberg that's willing to sit down and listen and have conversations and work towards a common goal. That's what happens when you have an amazing legislative delegation like Representative Fiola, Representative Sylvia, Representative Schmid, Representative Haddad, Representative Howard, all of whom were right there with us as we developed this plan. And here we are today at the groundbreaking. I really look forward to the ribbon cutting when that time comes, and I look forward to seeing you all again, and know that you can continue to count on the help and support of myself and the entire legislative delegation as we move forward. As issues come up, and they will come up. I've built a lot of schools. I've been involved in a lot of schools. They will come up, and as they come up, we will work through it all together. So thank you all very, very much.
Thank you, Senator Rodrigues. This school was built and works with the four communities of Fall River, Somerset, Swansea, and Westport. And it's only fitting that representatives from each of those communities are with us here today. And if they would like to take some time to address the gathering at this time, I will call forward the Honorable Mayor of the City of Fall River, Paul Coogan.
I'm not going to thank everybody for a half hour like everyone else did, but we all know why we're here. We're going to break ground on a new school, which I think is another key link in the chain to the buildings across the South Coast. I worked with Suffolk Construction. I have total confidence in their ability to deliver this on time and give you a showplace like we see in the pictures. I know the legislators and the local delegation from the towns of Somerset, Swansea, and Westport are all going to be pulling the chain in the same direction. We're going to get this done. We're going to have a new school, and we will all be back here again for the ribbon cutting. Thank you all very, very much for coming out today.
Thank you, Mayor Coogan. Representing the town of Somerset, the Chairman of the Board of Selectmen, Jamison Souza.
Thank you, Superintendent. First and foremost, I just want to say that I am proud to stand here as a son of a graduate of the class of 1968. My father, Steve Souza, is here in the audience, and he was the last class of the Hotwell School. So I did not attend Diman, but I have a lot of friends, family, citizens of this community have attended here. And it's amazing what we turn out, the students that are turned out of this vocational school. We have the best educators in the Commonwealth right here in Greater Fall River. We have doubled down. You're seeing every single community double down on education, in building new schools, and giving the tools necessary for our students for the 21st century and beyond. And Somerset is proud to be part of this. And once again, thank you to the legislators and everybody, but thank you to the citizens for making this happen. And looking forward to the future. Take care.
Thank you, Jamison. Representing the town of Swansea, Chairman of the Board of Selectmen, Chris Carrero.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure and honor to be here today on this very joyous occasion to celebrate the hard work of so many and see such a needed school building project begin to come to fruition. Swansea is a proud Diman community, voting unanimously at our town meeting in support of this project. The town of Swansea recognizes the need for improved facilities for all educational institutions, but especially for a vocational school like Diman. This investment represents much more than a school building project. Our support for Diman is support for our future. It is support for local businesses. It is support for a strong workforce that will serve as the basis of economic stability and growth for decades to come. Diman is a beacon here in our South Coast, Massachusetts, and with improved school facilities, it will continue to attain the excellence in teaching and development for our future generations of students. This achievement is monumental and a testament to what Diman stands for and strives to achieve every single day. On behalf of the Board of Selectmen in Swansea and the town of Swansea, congratulations to all present Diman students, Diman faculty and staff, the Diman School Building Committee, the Diman School Committee, on reaching this next chapter in Diman's bright future. Thank you so much.
Representing the town of Westport, with us is the Chairman of the Board of Selectmen, Mr. Richard Brewer. Mr. Brewer.
My name is Dick Brewer. I'm the Chairman of the Board of Selectmen of the town of Westport. Westport is proud to send a number of its young residents to Diman. Over 100 kids come here for the 4 years. And Diman is greatly admired and respected in Westport. So I'm here primarily to tell you how the people in Westport feel about Diman. But I also want to tell you how I feel about vocational training. I did not go to a vocational tech school. But when I was in high school, my parents told me you need to work hard, you need to learn the value of $1. A very, very important lesson in life. And I was a janitor But I was no ordinary janitor, because the high school I was in Norwich, Connecticut, was a big school and had vocational training. And we had a manual training building, so it was called. And I was in charge of the manual training building. And there the teachers taught me how to run a lathe. This was after hours. And carpentry in a print shop. It was great, I loved it. I often wondered if I should have gone to a vocational school. But that was years ago, and it's really not that important. What's more important is my present-day experience with our grandson. My wife and I are blessed to have 3 children and 3 grandchildren. Our oldest grandson, who lives in Acton, Massachusetts, is a student at Minuteman Vocational Tech. His name is Andrew. He's a great kid, but he had difficulties in his previous high school, and COVID hit him pretty hard. And he was set back at least a year in terms of his high school training. And I said, Andrew, you got to think about going to Minuteman. And he said he didn't want to go there, he wanted to go to some other school. I said, really think about it. I'm telling you, you will do well. He thought about it, and it was his decision to go there. And believe me, it is the best thing that ever happened to him. So I have a strong investment in vocational training, not only my affection for Diman, but in my own family. It has made a difference in our family's lives. So thank you for being here today. I am honored to be here with you.
We also have with us today members of the Greater Fall River Vocational School District Committee, also known as the Diman School Committee, and it's through their vision and the mission that they have that the policies of Diman are carried out, and one of them that they were set on as a mission was making sure that Diman did have a new building. Now, the chairman of our school committee is with us here today. He represents the town of Westport, and I believe he has whispered in my ear that he would give his 2 minutes of time to another member of the school committee, but I still would like to introduce him, Mr. Paul Jennings, who was a graduate of Diman. Our next member of the school committee is also the chairman of the Diman School Building Committee. He has been a taskmaster with us all, whipping us into action, but more realistically, keeping us on track. It gives me great pleasure to bring to the podium, for words of encouragement and words of vision, Mr. Donald DiBiasio. He represents the town of Somerset on our board. Mr. DiBiasio.
I told Brian that's not part of my 2 minutes. It's going to take a little while to get up here. Welcome, Diman students, faculty, staff, Diman School Committee members, our Outreach Committee, the School Building Committee, our local officials, our state officials, the MSBA representatives, our state treasurer, and many others who helped make today happen. The road to today has been long and a very busy one. The project starts with the superintendent and the school committee who submit a statement of interest to the MSBA. For several years, a statement of interest was done, but in 2018, the MSBA accepted Diman into the program. A lot of work had to be done to get to today. First, the school committee formed the school building committee. From there, the district needed direction, so a management company was hired by the district. Colliers was hired in 2019. Sometime later, a trip was made to Boston, the MSBA headquarters, where we went into a room with over 200 people representing their school districts. Treasurer Goldberg and the MSBA committee selected Diman to move on into the process. Past business manager Debbie Kenny, past superintendent Dr. Al Ferreira, school committee representatives Senator Joe Menard, and myself stood up to accept for Diman with big smiles on our face. With several more trips to Boston, the MSBA committee, along with the Diamond representatives, selected KBA Architects in 2020 to design our new diamond. From there, we moved to the schematic design. From administrators to teachers to the maintenance personnel, the working group, and others, all worked hard on the design with the architects on the scheme and design. During this phase, the district had to hold a workshop for over 40 hours, which helped design the school. It was this phase that I saw how important Diamond was to the community. Seeing business people, graduates, students, and faculty and others taking a week off in the summer to participate in a workshop that helped design the new diamond. Also, members of the school building committee and the school committee regularly meeting to discuss the building and decide what was best suited for the school in the future, always taking into consideration the least interference with the running of the current school while the project was being built. The design you see today was born. From there, the school building committee, school committee, Colliers, and KBA architects worked hard to arrive at a project scope and budget. The next step was to go back to our sending communities to ask for their support. Well, thanks to our outreach committee and all their hard work, we had nearly 100% of the town's people, select boards of all 3 towns, and all the Fall River City Council approved this project. This is when the real work started, and while I would like to give you all the information on all the hours and hours of meetings with the school building committee, oversight committee, the school faculty and others working with the architects, the new diamond was designed and the builder was selected. We welcomed Suffolk into the family in 2023. I would like to say it's time we can breathe with Suffolk, Colliers, KBA architects, school building committee, school committee members, faculty, and others. We have a lot of work to do that has to be done in the next 30 months. In the summer of 26, we are planning on being here again, except this time the shovels will be gone and a brand new diamond with better technology, over 100,000 square feet larger, a safer environment, a school with better collaborative and more flexibility, a building that will allow for more civics gatherings, and a building that will be inclusive for all students. Like in 1968, when the school behind us opened its doors, a new diamond will open, and we will all have the school to be proud of for the next 60 or more years. Thank you very much.
Many groups were involved and had input into the building of our new building and made today possible. At the earliest outset, when Diamond was just being thought of, the new Diamond was being thought of, a group got behind that initiative and literally beat the bushes to make sure that our communities were on board, both financially and educationally. One of the persons behind that formed a committee, and that was called the Outreach Committee. And at this time, it gives me much pleasure to bring to the podium one of those members, kind of the heart and soul at times of the Outreach Committee, Ms. Deborah Kenny. Debbie?
Good afternoon. My name is Debbie Kenny, and I am the president of the Outreach Committee. Our goal was to basically go to the communities and educate them about our need for a new school. It was a challenge, but I must say, as we have several of towns and cities represented, we were very fortunate that we were able to get approval. I had a committee which I would like to recognize my committee members. First, Tina Bell, who was the clerk and treasurer of our committee, Steve Marsisson, Ed Hill, Carl Hetzler, Bob Chausick, and the late attorney Richard Urban. We were challenged to raise our own money. We had to be self-sufficient from the Diman Operating Fund, and we were very fortunate to get a lot of local support. And I'd just like to quickly name the people, actually the companies that supported us. Bay Coast Bank, Bank 5, Bristol County Savings Bank, St. Anne's Credit Union, Forward Development Corporation, and Hub International. We were extremely fortunate that they were all very generous, and it's nice to know that they're all local banks. Again, this is a long time coming, and I think people have already noted that, but I also, as I was sitting waiting, I'd also like to recognize some other people who are involved in the process, but who are no longer active in the school right now. The process really started with the former superintendent, Marta Monteleone, who actually was the first one to submit a proposal. It wasn't accepted initially, and then under another former superintendent, Thomas Orban, it was finally accepted, and that's really started the process. And thirdly, former superintendent Al Ferreira, who's also here today, really shepherded through the process we are in now. And now we have Superintendent Bentley, who's going to get us through the process. I thank you all. We could not have done what we did if it was the true support of the Diman alumni. I think that was one of the greatest pleasures of a somewhat challenging position, was that once we got started, we had a tremendous amount of support. We had people come out in the rain and the snow, and it was very, very heartfelt thanks for those who truly helped us. And thank God we're here, we are now. Thank you so much.
A couple more speakers before we get to the fun stuff of digging the dirt. You've heard much about this company. They are displayed behind me on the scrim that goes along the fence, and they are going to be our persons literally on the ground. It gives me great pleasure to bring to the podium the Northeast General Manager of Suffolk Construction, Mr. Keith Couch.
All right, thank you, everybody. It's great to be here today. What a wonderful day we have. And on behalf of Suffolk, I want to tell you how much we appreciate being here, being not only your builder, but also your partner. Because jobs like this don't get built by builders or architects or engineers. They get built by partners. And that's what it takes to get this done. People that are here to solve hard problems. And I think when you see our team, you meet our team, you'll realize that's what they're here to do. So we're very excited about this. Now this job is important to me for an unusual reason. And it's not because I went to school here. I didn't. I grew up in South Carolina. You might notice the accent. I went to school there. I took my first job in South Carolina. But my boss thought that I needed some field experience. And so he decided I was going to get that field experience at Brayton Point Power Station just across the bridge in Somerset. So my very first job out of college was right here in Somerset, and my first apartment was just over the hill in Fall River. So very excited to be back doing a job again in Fall River. And I'll say my experience here taught me that the workforce in Massachusetts was incredibly talented, incredibly skilled, and incredibly hardworking. And it's because of the work you guys do right here at Diman. And I'll tell you, since 1989, I've worked all over the country, and there is no better workforce than right here in Massachusetts. So if I could, can I just ask the members of the Suffolk team to stand? These are a few members of our team that are going to lead this project. There will be thousands of men and women who touch this project, but these are the guys who are going to get it done. And I think if you introduce yourself, you'll know they're proud builders, they're proud school builders. This is what these guys do. So I want to thank you very much. Again, we can't wait to get started, and we're very excited to be here, and we can't wait to get to work. Thank you.
And this afternoon's final speaker, she represents the students of Diman. She represents what has happened, but yet she lends a voice to what's about to happen. I'm very pleased and proud to bring to the stage one of our seniors from our Culinary Arts Department, Haley Pereira.
Walt Disney once said, "You can dream, create, design, and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it requires people to make the dream a reality." Over 100 years ago, Father Diman proposed the idea of a trade school that would prepare young men for jobs in the many factories of the Greater Fall River community. Since then, Diman has evolved to accommodate the changes in labor, technology, and education. Today is an important day. Today we break down ground for a new facility that will prepare the next generation in technical education. This is the promise Father Diman had, to create an institution that will better our community and develop the skilled workers of the future. But that is not all. Because as we move into the fourth industrial revolution, Diman serves as an innovator of what vocational technical education can be. Innovation ultimately comes from a diverse range of perspectives. So when you combine ideas from different industries or different cultures, that's when you have the best sense of groundbreaking ideas. There are 1,450 students that attend this school currently. All of our lives have been changed by attending this school. Diman sets up everyone that steps through these doors for life. And if college isn't in their pathway, they can go into the workforce with a background in their career choice. Attending Diman was one of the best decisions I've made. Not only do I have a background in my trade, but I have been set up for what life is going to be like in the real world, because that's what Diman does. Diman sets students up for success. And every teacher, staff, faculty member, and administrator at Diman, whether you have a relationship or not, wants every student to walk across the stage on their graduation day and get their diploma. As the new Diman is created, and the future students enter and begin their journey, they won't only make a name for themselves, they will also find out who they are, find a passion in a trade, and get a real-world experience. Diman's mission is to develop the unique potential of each learner, which I am positive will be continued for generations to come. I want to thank all those who made this dream a reality. You have given us the opportunity to be unique. Thank you.
Thank you, Haley. Such talent, such dreams, such vision, and now let's start to make it a reality. Everyone here today in groups are going to have their picture taken with a symbolic breaking of this ground right here. I'm going to be calling upon my executive secretary and the one who has kept me on track and sane, Ms. Helena Neves, to assist me with this. And the very first group that I would like very much to come forward, yes, Helena. You just don't know how much I owe her. But if you would, the first grouping to come up will be our will be our dignitaries who are sitting in the front row. We're going to bring you up. Just go with the flow, as this is a first for all of us, and we're going to get it right. So just bear with me. So Helena, if you would set the shovels. members of the Diman School Committee, step forward. Okay, members of the school committee, you've been given the prompt by CEO McDonald, so I'll follow his lead, as that was a good template. So a small shovel full of dirt, and on 3, 1, 2, 3. Excellent, thank you very much. Members of the Diman administration, would you please come forward?
A round of applause for our Diman administration team. Next, we're going to call up the Diman clerical and office staff. Would you please come to the front?
Shop representatives and shop ambassadors, be at the ready, but give us a hold.